The most intelligent people are rarely the loudest in the room. They don't advertise their thinking. They don't seek validation. Their power is quiet, and that is exactly why most people never notice it. What follows are not surface-level habits. They are internal disciplines, silent patterns of behavior that shape the mind, harden the character, and free a person from emotional slavery. These are habits we recognize not in others, but in ourselves when we are honest. Habit 1, they pause where others react. Highly intelligent people are defined less by what they know and more by what they resist doing. Their first silent habit is this: they do not surrender their inner world to the chaos of the moment, where most people react instantly, defending their ego, escalating conflict, or speaking words they later regret. These individuals pause. This pause is not accidental, it is trained. In daily life, we are constantly provoked. Disrespect, misunderstanding, rejection, criticism, these things arrive uninvited. For most people, the reaction is automatic. Anger flares, pride demands a response, fear pushes them to explain themselves. But those with higher intelligence recognize a dangerous truth. The moment you react emotionally, you hand over control. This is why restraint becomes their power. Long before modern psychology, Epictetus identified this habit as the foundation of a strong mind. He taught that events themselves are neutral. It is our judgments that disturb us. The intelligent person understands this deeply. When something happens, they do not immediately label it as an attack, an insult, or a threat. They observe it first. They question it. They slow it down. This single pause creates distance between stimulus and response, and inside that distance, clarity emerges. We begin to notice this habit forming in ourselves when we stop asking, "How do I feel right now?" and start asking, "What response keeps my integrity intact?" The goal is no longer emotional release, but emotional command. This habit reshapes how we experience conflict. Instead of being pulled into every argument, we choose which battles deserve our energy. Instead of explaining ourselves to everyone, we realize that misunderstanding is often harmless. Marcus Aurelius warned against wasting life on unnecessary reactions, reminding us how short and fragile our time truly is. Over time, this discipline changes how others perceive us. People sense that they cannot provoke us easily. They notice that insults fall flat, manipulation fails, emotional games lose their power, and without ever announcing it, we establish authority, not over others but over ourselves. This habit also protects us internally. Constant emotional reactions exhaust the mind. They fragment attention and drain strength. By pausing, we conserve mental energy. We become less anxious, less volatile, less dependent on external approval. The mind becomes quieter, sharper. Importantly, this habit does not make us passive. Silence does not mean submission. The pause simply ensures that when we do act, it is deliberate, not impulsive, calculated, not emotional. This is why highly intelligent people often seem calm in situations where others panic. It is not because they feel nothing. It is because they refuse to let feelings dictate their behavior. When we adopt this habit, we begin to live differently. We stop being dragged by every comment, every setback, every slight. We become anchored, steady, hard to move. And in a world addicted to reaction, the person who pauses quietly becomes the most powerful presence in the room. Habit 2. They are comfortable being misunderstood. One of the most unsettling silent habits of highly intelligent people is this: they do not rush to correct how others perceive them. While most people feel an almost painful need to be seen accurately, respected immediately, and validated publicly, those with deeper intelligence accept misunderstanding as part of the price of inner freedom. This habit begins with a difficult realization: being understood by everyone is neither possible nor necessary. From an early point, intelligent minds notice a pattern. The more you explain yourself, the more you dilute your strength. The more you defend your intentions, the more power you give to opinions that were never earned. So instead of constantly clarifying, justifying, or proving who they are, they step back and allow time and behavior to speak. This restraint is not arrogance, it is discipline. Marcus Aurelius wrote that it is futile to concern ourselves with what others think when we are acting in accordance with reason. The intelligent person internalizes this lesson. They measure themselves not by applause but by alignment, not by reputation but by character. In daily life, this habit looks like silence when accused unfairly. It looks like calm when someone mislabels your motives. It looks like refusing to argue with people who are committed to misunderstanding you. We slowly learn that many conflicts exist not because truth is unclear, but because ego demands victory. Psychologically, this habit is a shield. Constantly correcting others keeps the mind externally focused, reactive and fragile. It ties our sense of worth to shifting opinions. Highly intelligent people sever this dependency. They know that perception is temporary, but self-command is permanent. This habit also filters relationships. When we stop over-explaining, those who are patient, observant, and sincere remain. Those who thrive on drama and assumptions fall away naturally. Seneca warned that the crowd often values noise over substance. The intelligent person chooses solitude over distortion. Being misunderstood forces us to refine something deeper, our internal compass. Without constant feedback, we are compelled to rely on reason, values, and consistency. Over time, this builds an unshakable sense of identity. We no longer ask, "Do they get me?" We ask, "Am I acting correctly?" This does not mean silence forever. It means timing matters. When correction serves growth, it is offered calmly. When explanation serves ego, it is withheld. This distinction separates wisdom from insecurity. There is a quiet strength that emerges here. Others sense it. They notice that you are not desperate to be liked or understood. Ironically, this often increases respect. But even if it doesn't, the intelligent person remains unaffected. Approval is a bonus, not a requirement. When we adopt this habit, our energy returns to us. We stop performing for an audience that never intended to understand us. We become lighter, more focused, more sovereign, and in a world obsessed with image, the one who can endure misunderstanding without resentment walks freely, untouched, grounded, and internally undefeated. Habit 3. They observe more than they react. One of the most powerful yet invisible habits of highly intelligent people is their ability to pause. Where others rush to respond, they watch. Where others react emotionally, they study. This is not hesitation, it is controlled awareness. From the outside, this habit can be mistaken for passivity or detachment. In reality, it is the discipline of refusing to surrender the mind to impulse. Highly intelligent individuals understand something most people never consciously realize. The first reaction is rarely the wisest one. Emotion moves fast. Reason moves deliberately, and so they give themselves space between stimulus and response. This habit is deeply rooted in self-mastery. Ancient thinkers like Epictetus taught that events themselves do not disturb us. Our judgments about them do. The intelligent person lives by this insight. When something unexpected happens, they do not immediately label it as good or bad. They observe. They gather information. They let clarity rise above emotion. In conversation, this habit appears as silence after provocation. While others rush to defend, explain, or dominate, the intelligent person listens. They notice tone, inconsistencies, motives. They understand that people often reveal more in what they say unintentionally than in what they try to present. Psychologically, this habit protects emotional energy. Reactivity keeps the nervous system in a constant state of alert. It creates regret, conflict, and unnecessary damage. Observation, on the other hand, preserves dignity. It allows the mind to remain sovereign rather than enslaved by circumstance. This is especially visible during conflict. Highly intelligent people do not escalate. They allow the other person to exhaust their emotions. They recognize that intensity burns itself out when it is not fed. Seneca wrote that anger collapses when it is denied cooperation. Observation is that denial. There is also strategic intelligence here. When you react immediately, you reveal your weaknesses. When you observe, you gather leverage. You see patterns. You detect repetition. Over time, this builds an intuitive understanding of human behavior that cannot be taught, only earned. But this habit is not coldness. It is clarity. Intelligent people still feel deeply, but they choose when and how those feelings are expressed. They do not give raw access to their inner world to every external trigger. In daily life, this habit shows up in small moments, not responding instantly to messages, not interrupting, not rushing decisions. These pauses compound. They sharpen judgment. They prevent self-sabotage. Adopting this habit changes the way others interact with us. People sense that you are not easily provoked, not easily manipulated. Conversations become more respectful. Conflict loses its grip. Most importantly, this habit trains the mind to remain present. Observation anchors us in reality rather than fantasy or fear. It teaches us to see life as it is, not as emotion paints it. And in a world addicted to reaction, the one who can observe without haste gains something rare: control over themselves. That control becomes strength, quiet, steady, and unshakable. Habit 4. They are comfortable standing alone. One of the clearest yet least understood habits of highly intelligent people is their comfort with solitude. Not loneliness, but chosen distance. Not withdrawal, but independence of mind. While most people seek constant validation, approval, and belonging, highly intelligent individuals are willing to stand alone when truth demands it. They understand that alignment with the crowd often comes at the cost of self-respect. This habit is rooted in an inner anchor. When your values are clear, you do not need noise to reassure you. Marcus Aurelius wrote that a person should stand upright, not be held upright. Highly intelligent people live by this principle. They do not lean on social consensus to decide who they are. Solitude becomes a laboratory for thought. Away from distraction, the mind sharpens. Reflection replaces reaction. The intelligent person uses time alone to examine beliefs, confront uncomfortable truths, and strengthen self-command. This is not escapism, it is discipline. Psychologically, this habit protects against herd mentality. Group emotion is powerful and contagious. Fear, outrage, and desire spread quickly in crowds. Those who are comfortable standing alone are far less likely to absorb these emotions unconsciously. They can watch trends rise and fall without being pulled into them. This does not mean they reject connection. It means they choose it deliberately. Highly intelligent people prefer depth over frequency, meaning over popularity. They are selective not out of arrogance, but out of respect for their mental environment. There is also courage in this habit. Standing alone invites misunderstanding. Silence is often mistaken for weakness. Distance is labeled as arrogance, yet intelligent individuals accept this cost. Seneca warned that whoever follows the crowd will never find themselves. These individuals would rather be misunderstood than untrue. In moments of pressure, this habit becomes visible. When others compromise to belong, the intelligent person holds the line. When others seek safety in numbers, they choose integrity. This steadiness earns quiet respect over time, even from those who once doubted them. Standing alone also strengthens resilience. When approval is not required, rejection loses its power. When validation is internal, criticism becomes information rather than injury. This emotional independence is a form of freedom. Over time, this habit shapes identity. You become someone who does not bend easily, not because you are rigid, but because you are rooted. Your direction comes from within, not from the shifting opinions of others. In a world obsessed with fitting in, the ability to stand alone becomes a mark of rare intelligence. It signals self-trust, clarity, and inner strength. And as we walk this path together, we realize something quietly profound. The strongest minds do not seek the crowd, they seek truth, even if they must walk toward it alone.